back to our third video for PG 135 on environmental sustainability. In our last video, we talked about protected areas in Papua New Guinea. In this video, we will be talking about the rise in sea level in relation to climate change in Papua New Guinea. Climate change is a very serious issue that is currently facing our planet, and it has caused sea levels to rise globally. With a population of 7.1 billion and a landmass of 460 square miles, Papua New Guinea is the largest country in the Pacific Southwest, with almost 85% of its population still reliant on subsistence agriculture. It is made up of many low-lying islands and has been subject to rise in sea levels and consequential changes in shifting weather patterns. This is true because Papua New Guinea's climate is highly influenced by excess heating due to its proximity to the equator. This rise in the sea levels has been a threat to many low-lying islands and their communities. The country's sea levels have increased by 7 mm per year since 1993, and this rise has exceeded the global average. However, it is expected to rise by the year 2050. There have been many policies, strategies, and regulations that have been put in place to address this issue. However, in this video, we will only talk about 4, and they are the National Climate Change Compatible Development Management Policy, the Climate Change and Development Cooperate Plan 2018 to 2022, Fisheries Management Regulation 2016, and the Morobe Development Foundation. The National Climate Change Compatible Development Management Policy is responsible for climate change activities in all areas of the country. This policy was put in place in hope that we could save the climate system. The National Climate Change Compatible Development Management Policy is the government's blueprint which aims to improve the institutional and administrative framework to allow for integrated climate change management, improving information, and develop sectoral mitigation and adaptation policies. The Climate Change and Development Cooperate Plan 2018 to 2022 is a strategic plan that sets the plan for the next 5 years. It regulates climate change and development in PNG. The Fisheries Management Regulation 2016 is the authority that works well with the climate change policy to closely monitor sea surface temperature, as a slight increase in sea level will endanger the biodiversity in the oceans. Papua New Guinea coastal people depend very much on the sea and its resources, and if implications of sea temperature is not monitored or addressed properly, it can affect the lives of many people and their communities. The Morobe Development Foundation is a charitable organization that seeks to help people who are victims of climate change. They provide relief for communities affected, including housing, food, shelter, and water. It provides aid, especially to those who are affected by sea level rising. Many people have lived on the islands affected for more than 20 years, and it has become their home. The thought of moving away is not really appealing to them, so many islanders created ways that could prevent the increased sea levels from invading their land. One of the main activities that they do to address this issue is the planting of mangroves. The local people plant mangroves around the island in hope that in the later years this will benefit the later generations. Mangroves can resist the change in salt levels left by high tide, making it a natural barrier to coastal erosions and flood. Another activity that the local people carry out is building seawalls. They build seawalls in order to hold back the rising tides. However, the islanders of the Carteret Islands in the autonomous region of Bougainville say it is a losing battle against the inevitable, and that sooner or later everyone will have to leave. The rise in sea level is more broadly caused by climate change and global warming. All other factors that contribute to the rise in sea level are induced by ongoing climate change. The 3 main causes include thermal expansion, which is the expansion of water when glaciers are heated, Most of the water that occupies the oceans comes from warmer oceans that simply occupy more space. Melting glaciers. This occurs when large ice sheets found on mountain ranges that appear to be particularly glaciated melt in the heat of the sun. Higher temperatures have led to greater heating of the ice caps, as well as diminishing snowfall. This creates a runoff between runoff and ocean evaporation, causing a rise in sea level. Loss of Greenland and Antarctica ice sheets. Just like mountain glaciers, the increased heat is causing glaciers to melt more quickly than expected. Experts also believe that melted water from upstairs and seawater from below is oozing beneath Greenland's ice sheets, effectively loosening ice streams and causing them to travel faster into the sea. In many parts of the world, climate change threatens to destroy. In Papua New Guinea, climate change, especially the rise in sea levels, is a threat to the villages, the communities, and the island itself. Local impacts of global warming, especially rise in sea levels, include habitat contraction, that is, the increase in sea levels have caused a decline in its population, leaving only a few people on the island. Migration, when people move out of the country. Loss of drinking water resources, fresh water is contaminated. Sea level rise takes away livable space, salinized terrestrial areas, which results in crop production more difficult or impossible. So from all this, we can conclude that the rise in sea level is a very big concern and has to be dealt with proper guidelines and policies, thus saving our local islanders from losing their homes. With that, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.